Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of those videos where I talk about updates on the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady1 and KitFox. I'm here to start your weekend off correctly with a 3-toe post on Bay 12. He talks a little bit about widescreen support as well as the kind of future expectations for Classic, the free version of Dwarf Fortress. Now, because there isn't a huge amount here and we're just kind of getting back into the blog post updates, I'm not going to give you a skip point. I'm just going to kind of read and commentate as we go because it makes sense in that order. Let's dive right in. Now, this first bit is a little bit self-explanatory, where he starts off by saying, "We recently came back from PAX West, where we showed off a demo of the Steam build." And then, of course, they link to the 1-hour demo that was originally archived on Twitch, but has now been archived on the KitFox YouTube channel. Links to that in the description. It's a 1-hour demo, kind of giving you a general impression of where the game is at, and it also includes a couple of neat little tidbits and unique changes that have been made to the game from the current versions. And then he continues to say, "We did forget to reveal one thing that you generous old fans would be most interested in. Classic is evolving, right along with the ease of use that Premium will feature. It is still unclear whether the free version will be released at the same time as Premium or sometime shortly after." And now on the screen, I'm going to show you some of the screenshots of Classic that have been released a couple blog posts ago. They're looking really nice, and I think that the Premium UI is adapting quite well to the upcoming free versions update. And lastly, we have this widescreen test, and 3-toe elaborates to say, "Another development question of whether DF would run on ultra widescreen monitors. We have joined the 21st century and bought one to fix it ourselves. This is all because of your generous gifts. Your support is the reason Bay 12 games exist. Should the future mirror the past, your excitement with us to allow it even further." Now, with that aside, I would like to draw your attention to some of these workshop sprites in the middle of the widescreen preview shot, because these are some workshops I don't believe we've seen before, at least you haven't. When I was at PAX, I saw a couple of mock-ups and semi-completed versions of the replacement workshop sprites for that had been worked on by the new artists since Meph left the team, almost a year ago now. And they had yet to make it into the build that was shown at PAX. However, I'm pretty sure that's what these are. I'm squinting at them and they're kind of blurry in this shot, but I'm pretty sure these are new. Just kind of a neat little update on that regard, as well as look at the variation in all these different bed colors. I'm assuming that bed colors are going to be linked to the material that they're made out of, so these must be like fungi wood beds, etc. Because we've got like green, like red, pink, brown, slightly different color of brown. I'm assuming that's what those are. They certainly look like beds. Anyway, what do you think of this widescreen shot? Do you have a widescreen monitor? Have you always wanted to play Dwarf Fortress on a widescreen monitor and it's never worked in the past for you? I've never owned a widescreen monitor. I've always been kind of a big square 1920 by 1080 monitor kind of person. But it's nice to see this. It's nice to hear that different support stuff is happening, because this is kind of the last steps that Dwarf Fortress needs before it's ready to ship. Making sure it runs on everything, making sure it works on everything, getting that last bit of replacement art in, polishing up loading screens, etc. And then after that, it's just a matter of setting a release date. So keep that in mind, be hopeful. Maybe we'll see it this year, maybe not. Maybe it'll slip into spring, but it would be nice to see it. One other thing I would like to draw your attention to is the Steam DB page, which this doesn't actually mean anything specific. What it does mean is this is where Dwarf Fortress is listed in the upcoming releases page on Steam, and it is set for January. So just keep that in mind. Maybe keep an eye on the Steam DB page. This is a third-party tool for viewing Steam's backend. It's probably not accurate, but worth watching, because if it moves suddenly, that's where you need to look. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to support the stuff that I do over here on YouTube, you can do that via Patreon or the Super Thanks option by leaving a comment with a tip on it, or alternatively, you could go over to twitch.tv/BLINDIRL and watch me live as I play Dwarf Fortress Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Thank you very much to my patrons for keeping this channel running, and I'll see you in the next one.